Finish off our interview. Sorry about the technical difficulties of that last video that we were running, live stream. But we're just going to finish up here with Coach. Coach, I think at the time that we were lost our connection there, we were discussing sort of the three aspects of the game, and I think you had just started to dive into pitching when we stopped. What are your thoughts on the pitching staff here at Edgewood as we go into the season? What arms are you expecting to really do well? And as I look at the group, I feel like it is a group that's going to keep you in games.
Yeah, absolutely. What I think where I was at right when we got cut off was, we got a lot of guys that can fill it up that have good stuff. I want to say that I don't think we lost anybody, maybe one guy from last year that threw more than 5 or 6 innings. So we have a lot of pitchers back. Then you add Carson Meadows to the mix, who, he didn't play last year, but add him to the mix, he could provide a lot of valuable innings for us on the mound. We have a couple high-level arms, too, we're really excited about. So between Vogel, Downey, Spears, Meadows, I mentioned Stewart and Perkins earlier, kind of eating up some innings out of the pen. And then, there's a couple other guys in the mix as well, but we're really excited about the pitching and really just the ability to go attack hitters. And then with that defense behind us, I think we're going to defend at a high level at all spots. So just have our pitchers have confidence of, hey, let's pitch to contact here. We can pitch around guys that's needed, but let's pitch to contact, make guys beat us instead of feeling like we have to strike out a bunch of guys.
That's very good philosophy, Coach. I love to hear that. Now, we'll finish up by talking about the season. So you open up on Friday at Fenwick out of the GCL before coming home in a game that we will broadcast live on Saturday as the Hamilton Big Blue out of the GMC comes to town on Saturday. So you open up right out of the gate with a couple of good opponents. Any thoughts on those games and what it's going to take for Edgewood to be competitive in those and possibly sneak out with a couple of wins?
I think Jackson Spears is starting for us on Friday, so senior, ton of experience. They were really excited about him. Just go out and throw strikes, fill up the zone, compete, and I think a lot of good things could happen there. I know Fenwick has a pretty good bunch there. They got we don't know who we'll see on the mound yet for them, but they got a couple good arms. I know we had talked about earlier. Carter Schaus is a freshman, one of the best players in the country. I think he's number 2 rated player nationally. So he's a guy that can make an impact on a game as a freshman. So we'll definitely be maybe see him on the mound. We don't know yet, but Fenwick's a good program. Then come back here to Hamilton. We'll have J.J. Vogel on the mound. For those of you that don't know, JJ was on the Hamilton Little League team.
Right. That's pretty interesting that he'll do that. So I would assume probably some of his teammates from that group are probably in the Hamilton program.
I think so. And anytime you got JJ Vogel on the mound, you feel like you can win.
Absolutely.
And that goes for all our pitchers. But Vogel's a special kid.
He really
I've
is.
seen him a lot. So anytime you have a couple of these guys on the mound, you feel like you can win any game. So really, the keys of those is just. What we say is we want to be 55 to 60% strikes, and then we want to steal a couple bases a game. If we can do those 2 things in every game, I think at Earlham when we did that, we were like 92% clip of winning.
That's fantastic. So, that's really, really good.
Yeah. So we don't have the data here yet to say exactly what happens, but that's what we want to do. We want to be aggressive on the base pass and offensively, and then on the pitching and defense side, just don't not making mistakes. We just want to let the other team challenge us, and then challenge the other team, let them beat us rather than beating ourselves with walks or errors and stuff like that. So.
Great. Well, Coach, I can't tell you how excited I am for you and the Cougars this coming season. For the record, everyone, we will be carrying live probably a good 10 games of the home schedule. We're going to try to get in here as many as we can and live broadcast those games. And with that will be pregame coaches' comments, where we will sit down with Coach Hatfield before those games and even other members of his coaching staff to discuss the things that have gone on in previous games and to preview the game that particular day. Well, Coach, again, can't express to you enough how excited Edgewood is to have you. Wish you the very best. And as I'll say this all year long, go Cougars.
Go Cougars. Thanks, sir.